Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Let's get some music going. I have some going. Here we go. Bump it up a little bit. You know what? I'm getting sick of the Mario sounds here. Hold on. I'm gonna delete some songs. There we go. You know, I think I'm just gonna delete a lot of these. Okay, alright, this is better. Perfect. I like the songs, but they're just so repetitive in like a very quick way, you know what I mean? Like, it's like 5 seconds and you heard the whole song and it's the same 5 seconds for like 3 minutes. It's too much. It's too much. What are we gonna work on today? I've been all over the place, kind of running ideas through. I think we're gonna work on the transmutation spell. We are going to, I think mana stones are going to change. All right, so let's change mana stones first. There we go, mana stones. I think we are gonna have like the lesser, greater, superior, all the types of mana stones. So lesser, greater, superior, and we will add celestial as well. All right, now that that's done, for spell scrolls, I have a bunch of spell scrolls that I kind of made. We're gonna have essences, we're gonna have knowledge essences, and like the different elemental essences as well. But I think we're gonna work on transmutation. I'll go over what I have so far. We need to get the transmutation altar functional to some degree. I gotta test what I did. I did some things last night. I just don't know if they're gonna be like, you know, things that have worked. And I think I'm gonna have like versions of each spell, so like there will be a run speed spell at like tier 1 that you have a chance of getting. And I was thinking, like, for tier 2, you can get tier 2 spells, but you have to already know the tier 1 spell, you know, to be able to use your tier 2 spell. I gotta find where I have this, I have something on the side here. It's kind of spamming my logs. It's not in the staff, it's not the transmutation spell. I think it's in the block entity that I'm doing this. I think it's down here in the infusion process. Yep, this is it. Try and reload. Like it's still giving me spam. That's still spamming. All right. Let's just do a quick look here. So it's nothing in here. Oh, you know, it could be in block. Nope. Or it's in the Oculus. I think I was doing a similar thing to the Oculus. Yep, it was the Oculus. There we go. All right, got rid of all my print statements. So we got a couple of things here. What you'll be able to do is, right at level 1, you will be able to clay form your transmutation altar and the Oculus. So both of these things, like once you form them with clay, you'll be able to put them in fire pits, and you'll have to cook them into this version, the inert version. All right, so that becomes this, and I'll put one more down here. And then by this time, you'll have, like, you can unlock the staff without any of this. So you should have a lesser staff. And you will have transmutation. That's a spell that you're given. So you'll be able to click on transmutation, and then you'll transmute these into their respective things. So like with this, you know, I cast the spell. See, if you look away, you gotta like look at it. If you look away, it disrupts your casting. So you gotta stay focused on it. I noticed that I'm not doing my animations, so let me take a quick look at that before I transmute, before I finish. I believe that's gonna be with the staff. All right, item, common blocks, block entities, item, tools, staff. Here we go. Bum, bum. Oh, that's why I need to do these start animations up here. There we go. There, now I'm doing what I expect to be doing. Okay, good. All right, so you'll cast your spell. Right now it's a 10-second cast. I may lower it. Either it's going to be a longer cast time with lower mana or a shorter cast time with more mana. But see, then you transmute it into your transmutation altar. From here, you can keep casting the spell to power up your altar. You would be able to put like stone in, and you would get mana stones from it. You know, like the lesser mana stones. You'll actually see like whatever item you put in here to convert. So this is what we have to work on. First of all, I want whatever you put in to rotate. Oh, you know what? Maybe this table should change. All right, so where's this song? This is another one of those I repeat forever songs. There we go. Let's actually just do the inner oh, I can't. I didn't come up with anything for that yet. So as we do this, like I need to add more particles to show that you've affected this block and you've, you know, added your magic to it. For the spell casting, I need to come up with like legit particles. But I do have sounds. I don't know if you can hear it over the music, but there is like mana casting sounds in as well. Oh, and you'll notice that I have an outline around me. So this is the outline for the mage gear. This is not the final form. This is literally just, I wanted to make something, you know, that goes on the outside. That's going to look like armor. You know, get rid of all the graphical flickering. But I was thinking about saving this for like whatever your mage buff would be, like barrier. I think this would be a pretty cool version of barrier. But, yep. Boop. I got my focus. I may not even have focuses. But basically, you'll cast the spell. You got to keep looking at it. I'm thinking a longer cast time with less mana would be probably the way to go for this. So as I do this, it doesn't tell you, but I just added 60 burn ticks to be able to process this stuff. Yeah, and see, it's not refreshing either. All right, so we got a lot to do. Let's start with some programming. I'm going to get rid of the staff. We'll get rid of the essence. I'm going to delete, or not delete, but I'm going to remove all the stuff that I am not going to need to look at. So block entity and the block I will need. I don't need to look at the Oculus at all right now. I don't think I even need to look at the block right now. Yeah, I don't think I need to. I think all of our core logic is going to have to be right here. Everything that we need to deal with anyways. So actually what I'm thinking is I want both items to be present, right? I want whatever item, maybe the top item can rotate, and that's what you're, so that would be like your rocks or whatever you put in. So let's put in some stones. 8-digit with the raid. Welcome everyone. Let's do a shout out. Let's see what you were playing. I bet it was Vintage Story. Oh yeah, let's follow. Boop. Ah, it's in my way. Wait, what happened here? SH? Is it exclamation SH? I haven't done this in a while. I actually just got back from swimming. No! Woobot! You'll have to tell me what you were playing. But welcome in, everyone. We are working on our magic mod right now. So I got some basic like spell casting sounds. We're working on transmutation. And we are working on the transmutation altar. So the idea is you're going to be able to put like rocks and stones or whatever basic primitive items in here, and you'll be able to imbue this with your magic using your mana and your staff, and it will convert things into mana stones and things you need to like make your mage gear, to be able to research other spells, things like that. So you'll actually end up making something like this, right? An inert transmutation altar. And then you'll be able to cast your spell on it. And right now it's about 10 seconds. It costs a certain amount of mana. I got to dial that stuff in. You see like placeholder particles there, but eventually it will complete the spell, and well, it should transmute it into the block, but apparently it did not. Magic in VS, take my money. Yeah, I got tired of waiting for people to make, because every time I come back to Vintage Story, first thing I type in is magic. I'm like, did someone make a Thaumcraft, an Ars Magica? You know, what are people, you know, what magic mods do I have? And no one's really made a magic mod. Hey, how goes the progress this morning? Caught a handful of your modding streams, VS. I was getting my steel started in one server and starting a new playthrough in another. Oh, that's awesome. I've never had the privilege of steel tools. One day I will. Yeah, progress is going pretty well. This is the research table. So the idea is you're going to have a lot of spells in your spell book. Let me get a spell book so I can show you here. I'm not sure what you caught of the stream. I still have a lot of icons to make, but I'm trying to get like the core, the foundation done. Here, I need to sit and meditate a bit. I have like placeholder armor on right now. I was thinking about leaving this armor in as like a side armor. It would be cool if this is what you looked like when you were when you had barrier active on you, the spell barrier. So, you know, have it be like some kind of like mystic armor. Oh, you know, I have an admin tool to get mana back. I gotta start using my admin tools. Max mana. Here we go. Boop. There we go. So let me imbue this spell book to myself. Soul bind it. Boop. There we go. So yeah, we got the spell book. I made it to where you could sort out by different tiers. You'll have so many spells that you can memorize. And then when you've memorized spells, you can actually go through your staff. You'll have like whatever spells over here. So like this would be transmutation. It's going to be like your first spell you get for free. That's how you make your mana stones and your, you know, entry level mage gear and whatnot. You'll have magic circle when you reach tier 2. That's going to be a circle that you put on the ground. It's going to be actually this. So you'll put a magic circle on the ground, and then what you could do is you can cast any of your spells onto this, and then you'll throw in either a scroll of area of effect or a scroll of like remembrance, and you'll, you know, throw whatever mana stones in to, you know, complete it. Like, see how it's already sucking in the mana stones. And then at a certain point, depending on the spell, your spell, you'll be able to complete it, so then you'll finish it off with your staff, and then it will either convert whatever the effect is into an area of effect. So if you have like a run speed spell, to cast it on others, you would put this down, just throw in the requirements, and then it hits everyone and affects everyone. Or you can convert that run speed spell into a scroll that you could pick up like this, and then with that scroll you could give it to other people that may not know magic or may not know that spell, and then it's a one-time use thing, so you can kind of role play and sell your spell scrolls, which I thought was a pretty neat idea. The third one is going to be like your spellbinding matrix, so it's going to be similar to this, but it's going to be like an altar, and you'll use that to either summon elemental mini bosses, or you'll use it to create like a I have an idea for an ether kind of gateway system. So you could link up to like other people's gateways with like a certain token, and you could teleport from one place to another using the mana system. And the fourth one is Summon Familiar, which is going to be something like here, I'll pull this out. It's going to be something like this, so you'll be able to name it like Barry the Bear. And it's going to be a little non-combat pet, your familiar, that kind of follows you. The familiar itself doesn't do much of anything, but it will give you bonuses in your spell casting, so it's probably going to, like, it may actually give you some mitigation, like some defense. It will give you a chance to where, like, if you're doing a magic circle, it may autocomplete, so you don't need to use as many gems. It may make it to where sometimes, like, when you cast certain spells, like if I want to do Summon Light and, you know, cast a spell, like, it could potentially be a free cast. But this is like the, you know, the tier 4 kind of spell. So you have like your innate spells, and then you'll be able to attune to different elements. So I could be like a fire mage and shoot fireballs and stuff. That's the goal for all this. As of right now, I have 62 spells, and it's not even like duplicates. Like, it's just, those are 62 different spell effects. So we're working on, you know, just like the gameplay loop right now, you know, like transmutation's the first thing. This will be the altar that you use. This is how you're going to cook, like, you know, any kind of stone into your basic mana stones and whatnot. But love it. Yeah. I'm imagining a mage with an army of summoned drifters moving across the world. I was debating on, because I have the different elements and dark is one of the elements, and I was considering making like a pet class, because I already have most of it done here. I could just give AI to like assist you while you're attacking, or maybe to defend you. And, you know, you could have, but something like that I'd have to tweak. Because it could be really overpowered if you just had a pet that was out all the time that was expendable. Hexadin, hey, can I get a familiar that's an equipable shoulder item? You mean just like a familiar that sits on your shoulder? Do you see how big our shoulders are? Like our player shoulders are so tiny. They're so tiny. I like the idea of a mage having something to fight for it. Yeah, I mean, I've in EverQuest 2, like, you know, Age of Conan, like, I always liked, you know, like the Summoner, the Necromancer classes. Those are all pretty awesome. But I mean, yeah, who knows? I could probably add something like that. In programming, you could pretty much add anything you want. So, but let's focus. We're gonna focus on the transmutation altar here. Right, so let me pop on transmute. This should work, and it didn't work before. I think what I need to do for testing is I need to make the transmute spellcast time less. There we go. Oh no, it did work. Interesting. All right, and then we can open this up. So we're gonna have to fix the GUI. I want this to rotate. We need to add another slot, so I think I want you to put like your stones or whatever underneath, and then, you know, the stuff, or maybe the stones can be on top and I can make them spin. You know what, let's make this spin. Let's make it rotate. And let's change the song. Holy shit. Here, let's put on a Sonic song. There we go. All right, so in order to make this rotate, we're gonna have to do this in the block entity. I've already created a counter rotate. We're gonna have to come down into where I'm doing the rendering. Okay, so I'm already accumulating rotate. So I think what I need to do is, we want it to rotate on the y-axis. So no matter if it's a block, an item... Oh, I don't even have rotation in here. Interesting. All right, so we do have rotate here. I don't want it to rotate really fast, so we're gonna have to multiply it by a very tiny percent. Okay, totally going to be the raid and run guy. Need to get the day started and get to work. Hey, not a problem. Hey, I'm usually like that too. I spend so long streaming, and then it's like right at the time I have to be an adult. I'm like, I got a couple minutes. I gotta, like, you know, change my clothes. I gotta grab the car keys, find my wallet wherever it is, and like get out. Thank you so much for the raid. Thanks for stopping by. I hope work's not too bad. Yeah, that's me exactly. Whew, I'm not alone. Thank you so much for stopping by. All right, we're gonna make it to where this rotates as well. So depending on if we put a block in there, an item that's a 2D item that we have to kind of render into like a 3D, make it a little thicker, and then an actual 3D item. So we should be able to get rotations this way. I think what we're gonna have to do. Yeah, I think what we're gonna have to do is start to do this. We're gonna have to generate some mesh stuff. So if this inventory is not empty, you know, we're gonna put the updates in here. So this should get a rotation, and it's not getting a rotation. let's put in a print statement. Let's do RMR references dot logger. Let's make sure that we're even getting to this part here. I'll just have it say here. It's not even firing this code here. Oh, wait, this is can start changing item. Hold on. This isn't where I want to put this. I thought this was my my infusion tick. Yep, here, this is where I want to put it, the infusion tick. Here we go. So if this inventory is not empty, then let's rotate. All right, so we have rotation. It looks like this is about every half second. We are gonna need this to be a lot faster than half-second rotation. So I'm going to get rid of these. We are gonna reuse this. We're gonna create a custom ticker for this. So if this inventory is not empty, I don't need this logging statement anymore. Then we're gonna generate the mesh. We're gonna render things. I need to activate this. We're gonna have to restart. Come on, where is it? There we go. So we will re-enable. Yeah, so that was every 10th of a second. We need this to be a little faster so the rotation looks a little more acceptable. You know, I'm not gonna shut it down. I'm gonna try to just fireball it in and reload the game. Because technically, I didn't mess with any methods or variables outside of a method, so I should just be able to hot reload it. So good. Oh, and Freya's bringing so around here it's called city chicken. It's basically it's chicken cut into like little chunks, and they put it on a skewer, and they just lightly bread it. Like that's all it is. But for whatever reason, the area that I live in is a really weird area. It's called city chicken. She's bringing back some city chicken. Oh, I hate when it does this. All right, we got to reload. That didn't work. There we go. Start. See, things like that, I'm not sure if like it. Sometimes it seems like I can get away with it. Sometimes I can't. Especially since like I think it opens like a new thread maybe to kind of tick things down on the block entity. Bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum. I can't wait to get some city chicken. There we go. There we go. Come here, Barry. Barry the bear. Oop. I'm just gonna... I guess I could just transmute this. I hear my light magic spells. So I think I'm gonna have different particles depending on the type of spell. So summoning spells are gonna have a certain particle effect. There will be a certain completion sound at the end of it too. Attacks like offense spells, defense spells, I want them all to look different. All right, so let's put some mana stones on here. Where? Oh, here we go. I was gonna say, where are my mana stones? That looks pretty good for rotation, right there. Cool. That looks nice and smooth. I like that. And I should be able to do it with any kind of item. There we go. Perfect. This is a test for you're gonna be able to there will be elemental monsters that spawn, and each elemental monster is gonna have a chance of dropping, you know, like a inert item that you could turn into a tome to increase your affinity with that particular element. And the way my elements are going to be set is you're going to have, you know, like opposing ones, like fire and water are going to be diametrically opposed. So as you get better at being fire, like, you know, casting fire and your affinity goes towards fire, fire spells will cost less and the fire attack spells will hit harder, but water spells will cost more and not hit as hard. So that's kind of my idea. So they'll be like opposing for all my elements. There'll be something like wind and earth are going to be opposed, right? Light and dark are, of course, opposed. So this is the essence, the fire element essence that I'm testing. What does a scroll look like? You know, I think that does look pretty good. All right, we need to fix this up a little bit. So I'm thinking it's gonna be similar to a campfire, but there's gonna be an input slot where you would put your stone or whatever you want to do, and then there'll be the output slot, which is gonna be like where your mana stones or whatever, you know, whatever you're doing. So let's do that. Let's change this a little bit. I don't like that it's off to the side like that. So let's fix the GUI. Here we go. Transmutation altar. I have a lot of commented out code I'm gonna have to clean up. So right up here, I think I'm gonna have to rewrite this whole thing, honestly. See, it's right here with alignment. So I'm looking to see if it's right justified or left justified. I don't care about that. I want it to be like center middle. So let's fix that first. Boop, there we go. That's what I want. Now what you could do is you can make it movable and you can move it anywhere you want, but the default I want to be like bam right there, right when you right click on it. So this is one slot. Let's see if it's 0. Slot 0. Yeah, so no, it may not be slot 0. Item slot grid inventory. Yep, so it is slot 0. Okay. I'm thinking slot 0 is going to be your input slot. So I'm going to label this. So this would be input, and then we would have output. I think what I need to do is flip these. So instead of fuel slot, this will be input. Yeah, this shows up in a lot of places. So I will say input slot for all 16. We're going to uncomment this. This is not going to be a rust stone slot. This is going to be the output slot. There we go. I'm going to save this, fireball it in. There we go. So this will be what you put in, and then this will be what's going to be spit out. I think for this, I want it to where you can't put anything in here. You can only withdraw things. So let's change that in the block entity. All right, so right here, so we have item slots. I wonder if we have a particular item slot for like output. So this could be like an input slot. This could be an output slot. I guess I can make my own. I can make my own slots. But if the game already has them, there's no reason for me to. All right, let's pull up one of our awesome tools, .NET Spy. And we will look for item slot. Your item slot offhand is not what I want. Item slot output. This may be it. Can hold false, can take true. Yeah, so this is what we want here. We want item slot output. So for this output, I'll get rid of this. There we go. So slot 1 will be able to accept any item. I may make a custom item slot that could only take in things that can be transmuted. Just to help people, you know what they can and can't transmute. But definitely we want the output slot. I don't think we really need any other slots. Right now, these things can hold 32 items. I don't think I need them if I just want these two. Maybe I'll give it like a third one just for like room growth or something. Maybe I can make it to where you could insert like a mana stone of some kind in there or a moonstone or something and have it work faster or maybe be more efficient, like some kind of upgrade slot. So I have to reload for this to take effect. We gotta save, we gotta reload, and reload. I'm hungry. I have these M&Ms over here. I don't feel like eating M&Ms though. It's pretty cool. They come with a milk chocolate peanut butter and a peanut like variety pack now, which is pretty awesome because I like all of them. Let's put down. There we go. Put this down. / time set day. I swear to God, I hate doing that. All right. It's not accepting any items. Let me try this. Nope, but I can put items in here. Perfect. All right. Now we need to do a conversion, right? Like I need you to be able to put in stone and then get mana stone and have to tick a certain amount. And before I do anything else, let's modify the transmutation spell so it takes less mana. Or less cast time. I will give it a 3-second cast time. And for a cooldown, I'm not using cooldowns yet, so I can keep that in. All right, let's reload one more time. Yeah, this mod's definitely a pretty big lift, but I think I have most of the foundation done. Like once I get the transmutation altar and the Oculus going, my live streams are just going to consist of making the actual spells, and then once the spells are made for all tier 1, I'm going to release an alpha version of this mod. Of course it's not gonna. Yeah, the cast time, transmutation. I have to restart. Build. Do morning, it lasts longer, or slow the time speed. Yeah, I could. Day is so quick, though. Really, there should just be an option that just shuts off day-night cycles. There really should be. Do you have something like Stream Deck or keyboard with macro keys? Because you can make small scripts, those pesky commands. Like, you know, I could do that. I do have a Stream Deck. Actually, I forget that I have it a lot. It's not even. I forgot to install the software for it when I went to Windows 11. That's how often I use it. That's time speed 0. So what can I do? Time speed 0. So is it just gonna be forever day? Oh, thank Christ. Oh, thank you. Boop. All right. Transmute. Oh, wait, I gotta select the spell. There we go. 3-second cast. Boop. Oh, but yeah, it takes a lot of mana still. Hey, little buddy. I'm gonna give myself tier 4 again. 200 mana. There we go. 3-second cast. I like that. I'm gonna fill this a little bit. There we go. So I did it 4 times. I should pass that information into here. I need to remake this, I think. We're gonna pull up paint.net to do this. I think I started working on it. Yeah, I started working on something. You know what? We're gonna just do this. There we go. We're going to take a screenshot. If anyone ever wonders how I make the GUIs that I do, this is exactly how. Works out really well. I just make it in Paint first, and then I have like a template to build by. So I'm going to get rid of everything all around here. Man, I can't wait to get my city chicken. Delete that. Delete that. For now, I'm going to keep the window the same size. Delete that. Okay. So I like this, right? I like the item you put in. I'm going to keep this, the burn time, just because that kind of shows you how, you know, pet bear. Wait, what am I doing here? It'll disable anything that uses speed, like cooking. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. Pet bear and bot called Misha, also pet bear. Yeah, Blurry. Hey, I have more than just pet bear. This is just Barry the bear. But the pets I have so far are bears and wolves. I can make any kind of pets I want, but I wanted to do something. So like I could have another one here. I don't have to name it. And what you could do with your pets is if you right click on them, you can have them both like wait, so you can run away and they won't follow you. So see, now I can have just this pet follow me if I want. Whoops. There he is. Little wolfie. Is it based on pet AI? No, it is not. I do not use any mods like that. Any of those core mods, I just build them myself. Honestly, it's not hard to do the programming, you know, for the logic. So this is not based on pet AI. So my whole thing is, if it was something like that, if I build a mod that's based off of something like pet AI, and then the people end up going to like Minecraft or, you know, just kind of moving away from the game, well, my mod is screwed because, you know, either I have to try and pick up their mod and then figure their code out and then update it so my mod works, or, you know, you just make your own methods. Like this was not hard to do at all. Not hard being a relative term. Well, yes and no. Like, I mean, the logic for like pets and stuff is already in the game. Just look at, you know, the clock maker, right? You have a pet that you can tame in a locus and follow. So the code is written. You just have to find out where it is using, you know, our nifty tool here, .NET Spy, you know, and you can look to see what those AI tasks and the logic are. And it's pretty much a copy and paste and tweak a couple things. That's all. That's how I made it to where my creatures don't aggro you through walls anymore. They have to have a direct line of sight to see you. So, you know, again, you could do anything, you know, with coding. All right, Barry. Wolfie. Unnamed wolf. All right, so this is what we have. I think the altar needs to look a little different. I kind of like this, you know, like the vertical, right? Like from here, it kind of burns, and then maybe like an output. Or maybe I should fit. Okay, okay. Let's start moving some things here. So what if I take something like this, and I kind of have it sideways? Copy paste. Whoops. Copy paste. You know, something kind of like this. I'm just gonna copy this. We'll create a new layer. Copy, paste. Let's get rid of everything else, right? Temporarily get rid of everything. But we will bring this with us. Copy, paste. There we go. Right, so we could have something similar to this, where you have your input and your output, because I think if I have it underneath, people will assume that's some kind of fuel source, right? So I can't do that. I could make it to where Maybe it's like in its own little outline box. Copy. Let's create a new layer. Paste this in. Paste again. You know, something similar to this. Make it one continuous box, which means this stuff would be able to go up. I could have it a little more space. Copy paste. Whoops, did not mean to copy and paste on that level. Copy paste. All right, something similar to this. You would not see this fire. I would have to create an artificial box around it. So I could try and center the flame. So let's copy this. Bring it down just a little bit. There we go. Create a new layer. I'm gonna make this just something bright. This would be able to kind of sit in between. And then what I can do is get rid of... There's some of this, right? So this is similar to what the fire would look like. Yeah, because this right here is black. Unless I could change the outline color. If I could make this white instead, that would probably be a lot better. So maybe I could... Let's see what it would look like if it was like white in color. Yeah, you know what? I don't think I would need that layer at all. Like, that would be what it could look like with the black background. And then the flames would kind of go up. All right, I guess that's okay for like a round one. You know what? White's a little too aggressive as a color. I'm looking at it and I'm like, damn, does it clash? Let's undo. Let's make it like a gray, like a lighter gray. I mean, maybe that's a little better. Maybe I could do a fill for it. That way it's like a solid gray color, and then you would have the fire overlapping on top of it. I could try and do something like that when I program it. All right, so you would have your input slot, your output slot, you would have your time. I would need statistics. I think I'm gonna put the statistics up top. So all of this, I'm gonna merge these layers. Whoops, not that one. Delete that. All right, we're gonna move this entire thing down. I'll just move it right down to the bottom. Copy, paste. Damn it. Copy, paste. I think this would be more than enough space. We'll do a copy, paste. All right, something like that. Cut, paste. We'll bring this all the way down. Do. There we go. There we go. I need to copy this top part. Right, so I need a window that's going to display certain things. Like, well, okay, so what kind of things do I need to display? I should probably do like an is transmutable. Let's do this in like bright red. Is transmutable. What other things we would need? Probably the stored. I got what am I gonna call this? Stored mana? Time? Or maybe not time. Because when you craft things in the fire pit, it's not like it gives a timer countdown. Blurry Hex. And the one that will get good one day. Nobody gets good. There's always another distraction. Yeah. Gonna get good, scrub. You know, I'm thinking about it. I don't think there's much information that I'm actually gonna have to put in here. Unfortunately. Hot damn. I guess. Whew. Right, so really it's like, is this object transmutable? And what's the stored mana? Maybe required mana? Maybe required mana would be like another thing. I'm just gonna move this up here. So that's only 3 points of data that I'm gonna like need to have, and it's gonna be dynamic based on the item that you put in the slot, which means I'm gonna have to make a recipe library as well. That way I can parse the item through the library to see if it's in the list. So I would have to do like an equals instead of a contain search. So what is something like this gonna look like? What if... We're gonna copy all this. And we're just gonna loosely paste it over here. Right, so we would have one solid block up there. And then I can put in, for the string, I'll do like a white text. I'll say, I'll do something like transmutable. I can maybe make it, italicized. I would probably give it the, kind of the cyan. So it would look like something like this, right? Transmutable. The next text would be probably like required mana. And then I'll just put a number in. We'll just say 100. For this, it's not going to be italicized. So I could have it like this. And then the next thing would be stored mana. And then I can do like 1,000 for like a maximum number. Unless I can get rid of this. And then I could do... I could do transmutable, and then I could just have like a yes or no. Damn it! I just want to lift this entire thing right here. Gonna bring it up top a little more. I mean, I guess something like this would work. So you'd have your transmutation altar, you would have transmutable, a yes or no. You would have your required mana, which if this is no, then it wouldn't have required mana, I guess. I could just have that be a null. And then stored mana. Unless I space these out a little bit. Right, something like that. That way, if it's transmutable... God, you know what? What I could do is, something like this, right? So it could say, you put the item in, like, either way, it could just say stored mana at the bottom. And then you put an item in, and then this becomes visible. So if it is transmutable, it will say transmutable, required mana. Should I have an on-off button? That way, it doesn't just keep running, you could shut it off. Maybe we should make an on-off button. Which means that this is gonna have to grow a little bit. Alright, so... let's start merging stuff down. I'm just gonna merge all this down for now. Do 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 ba da 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 ba da 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 do 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 do. That's what she said. That's what she said. Exactly. Look at you and Mubak getting along. I knew it was only a matter of time. You two would end up best of friends. So, let's see. I have buttons that I can copy and paste here. Oh, look at them both. There you go, buddy. Whoops. I didn't mean to turn you back into an item. I just meant for you to, like, wait. There you go. Perfect. That's exactly what I want you to do. Perfect. Let's take out one of my machines. I have buttons there. There we go. Boop. Okay, durability. So yeah, these are my buttons here. So let's take the snipping tool. New. I'm just gonna copy the whole thing. Copy. Gonna create a new layer. Paste it in. So this is about the size of one of the buttons. Yeah, that looks kind of crappy, huh? This looks pretty bad. I'm not digging this at all. I don't like this at all. Maybe instead of making it wider, the trick is to like maybe make this a little longer, and then I can have that, and then I can have like the power button in between. So let's undo this. We're gonna undo a lot of this. Make it small again. There we go. Okay, let's create a new. So that's our power button on the side. For now, it could be like right in the center. And then I can shift the entire thing down. Let's remerge this, copy, paste. This would give me more room for other buttons that I could eventually make. So something like this would be power. So instead of 39 by 39, let's make it like a 40 by 40 button. I'm gonna make just a makeshift button. It's gonna be orange. Boop. And I will loosely draw kind of what I'm thinking of for like the power button. Where's my marker? There we go. Little pencil. Here we go. Paintbrush. Let's make it a little thicker. That's what she said. Huh? That's way too thick. There we go. Kind of loosely, right? So there's going to be like the power button there. Maybe I can make some something on the side here. Just pop it in blue to where when it's on, it looks like it's on. Right? Stop ruining the moments, Vice. You're just jelly. You're jelly. There we go. Maybe this could be like magic looking. Magic-y. I mean, I guess I kind of like it. This is probably going to be pretty good for a Mach 1. I'm thinking up top here. Copy. Paste. Maybe I could have this here. And then stored mana can be up top. Kind of like this. Boop. Right? So I'd have my stored mana, and then I'd have like transmutable required mana. And then you could power it on. Now, should I have it to where it saves? So if you don't have enough mana stored, should it save your progress, or should it be like a fire pit, and then you just gotta start over? How forgiving do I want to be? Not have to be, want to be. For Mark II, make so like the UI is entangled and vines by the edge. When it's on, they start glowing. I don't know. Vines remind me of like Druid magic. This wouldn't be Druid magic. This is just like general, everyone gets magic. Like this is the innate spell. And I do have a nature element, which is why I'm like, I don't know if I want to do vines, you know? Because I'm gonna have fire, water, air or wind, earth, lightning, ice, nature, arcane, and then light and dark. Yeah, fair enough. It's a good idea, like having some kind of like textured on the outside, and then have that glow instead of just like the 3 bars. I do like that idea. Rust magic, you get rusty metal cables. Yeah, you know, I was thinking about making the theme a little more Rust-like. You know, like the Rust technology. I'm still not thrilled with how things are displayed on the top here. See, stored mana 100. And then this would show up. It don't, you know, it would almost play a little better, I think. Here, if I do this. Copy, paste. Right, have some kind of like separator. Do 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 ba 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 boom boom ba 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 boom ba da ba da ba da ba boom do 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 do. That way you could see like what your stored mana is, and it's separate information, and then something like this would populate if you put an item in that could be done or could be transmuted. What if I move the entire thing up? Let's merge some things down. And let's reorganize this a little bit. So what if this whole thing was up top, right? And then copy, paste. That way the stored mana is closer to all of this. And then you would have your separator, right, with your power on-off switch. And I like having this like this because I may make it to where I may eventually add like rifts of my own and voids and stuff that you can like siphon mana from. So maybe, or an obelisk that you can store additional mana in, so you can supercharge like a mana battery obelisk, and then you can link it to an altar. So you don't have to keep casting the same transmute spell. Like you could have multiple altars running off of a single obelisk. Whoops. As I hit my microphone. So the stored mana and everything, I'd be able to put more buttons here to where you could turn it on and off, or you could do like a link button, or, you know, whatever else. I'm liking this. I like this setup a little more. So let's start building this. See, and that's the thing. If I was building like the Mach 1, you know, GUI, I would still be trying to make it. Like now I know exactly what I want to have it look like. To some degree, I could count the pixels here, and I can use, you know, rounded, you know, variables here because it's like a pixel perfect thing when you make a GUI. So I already got most of my measurements for my XY coordinates and my width and my height. So, hooray, we're going to put this off to the, you know, I'll put it like right here. I'll put it right here. Kind of shift it up. That way it's just off to the side. Hey, little bear. So we need to transform this. All right, let's do it. I think we're gonna have to rewrite the GUI because I think this is gonna be a little too messy. Let's look at the spellbook GUI. I'm gonna move this off to the side. So, God, move some of these windows out of the way. Jeez. Okay. So, transmutation altar, current time, max time. I probably will need to add more variables, but I think for now that's good enough. I will need these variables here. I can get rid of these. Paste these in. Right, because I don't already have an inventory. No, I don't. Owning player. I don't think I'm going to need anything to do with like spell tiers or anything like that. There's not going to be pages or books or anything. Okay, so I think this is basically everything we need. So now we got to look at this. What am I going to be taking in? The dialogue is going to be one thing. We are going to need entity player. So I will put entity player. I'll put it right towards the end. So we got the inventory, we got the entity player. You know what? Actually, I don't need to put the player in at all. We are not going to be pulling any information off of the player itself. The mana checks are through the staff and through the spell transmutation. The only thing that this is going to, because you already should have cast transmutation on this to charge the altar. And then you're using the what is stored in the altar, so we don't even need owning player here. So that being the case, we need to base is duplicate return. I need to do inventory. This dot inventory equals inventory. I'm gonna change these. I always like to put like an in at the end. Block position, CAPI, tree. There we go. So this should be everything. Now I could do this inventory in. We are going to need block entity position. I could do this dot block entity position. Oh, you know what? I think I may already be able to call this. Yeah, there already is a block entity position, so I don't need to create anything else here. I think if we look, it's probably already... Come on. Put in something like this, south. It's not letting me navigate to it. Oh, remove this qualifier. Okay, that's what it was. So yeah, because I'm already extending a specific GUI for block entity, I already have block entity position. And it looks like it already assigns block entity position, so I'm good to go. Looks like, you know, we actually already have inventory, so I don't even need to have inventory. Cool. So let's get rid of those two things. All right, that makes it easier. For tree, we're gonna need tree in, because we're gonna have to pull the tree attributes from the block entity. Wow, this is gonna be a lot easier than I thought it would be. The next method down is actually going to be a run all setup dialogues. And this is going to be where like the setup dialogue is going to be. Now for setup dialogue, I'm going to want to name this something different. So private void setup dialogue. I'll say main, because I think I'm gonna have an overlay as well. So this will be the first thing that I'm gonna want to call. So in here, I'm going to want to put a bunch of bounds information. Let's see how many pixels this is going to be. That's it, 287 by 73. So let's just make it like a 300 by 80. No fixed position. I want it to be center middle. No alignment as of right now. I don't think I'm going to need to really shift this up or down or anything, so I'm going to comment that out for now. The next thing I'm going to have to do is copy, Jesus, all of this. And we're going to have to prune a lot of this out. So up top, I'm going to have to make a constant string. This is going to be GUI dialog, transmutation, alter, main, text only. Let's go into here. I'm gonna copy, paste. This is gonna be a transmutation alter underscore main dialog transmutation alter dash main underscore rm. Okay, so this is the constant. It's going to be for transmutation altar. Window. Up top, we need to change this. Boop. And now we're going to use this as our string. Right here. Boop. I'm going to get rid of all of this. And I'm going to get rid of this as well. I'm going to delete... Actually, I don't want to delete all of this out. I do want to delete all of this. Probably delete all of this. Or actually, you know what? Look what it's doing here. 2 output bounds, output slot. Okay, never mind. This isn't doing anything special. I can just get rid of that. And I can get rid of all that. And then I could comment all of this out. Because I do not want to use the original dialogue, like setup dialogue. I'm gonna have to, I want to run all of this. I wonder if I could just run this. Run all setup. Blurry, hydrate, can do, my friend. What about runes that light up? Yeah, I mean, I could do that. I do have an affinity for runes. I mean, as you can see with my other mod here, if we look at like the Ruststones mod, right? I think I could just put this in here, yeah, and we could take a look. You could see like I actually have like Fey runes on this as well. If we look at like my machine mod, I actually wrote in a Fey rune. Like this is called Carrier. So that right there, this is the Carrier. So yeah, and it is, right? Carrier's the 2-seater. So, I mean, runes, I do like the idea of runes. I didn't want to add runes yet because I wasn't sure if I was committed to the idea. My main goal was, like, as I'm thinking and as people are presenting ideas for me, permanent pretty light sources, it would be pretty cool, wouldn't it, to have, like, you know, runes that kind of bounce in a glass jar or something for a light source. But yeah, I was thinking of doing runes. I just wanted to make sure. So, you know, there's plenty of other work to do, right? Like, you know, actually like the wand, the GUI, you know, like the whole spellbook thing, meditation. Ha. Oh, what was this for? Oh, the altar. We're still working on the altar. I think for now, what I'm gonna do is comment this stuff out. Nah, you know what? I'm just gonna leave it in. I'm gonna leave it in. Build. Oh, it won't let us build. Yeah, that's right. We gotta finish the GUI for the transmutation altar. So on GUI open, it should be this dot. I think it was like run all, right? Run all. Here we go. Setup dialogues. Let's get rid of that. This could have been why it crashed as well. There we go, success. Yeah, a tier 1 spell is gonna be summon light. That's gonna be a projectile that you shoot, and then it kind of like sticks to the wall or the ceiling or whatever. The light source is probably only gonna last like maybe 3-4 days at tier 1, but I think it'd be pretty cool. Brr. All right. There we go. We got a basic thing. It's called Spellbook, but this is the start. This is the start. This needs to be, how much was this again? About 80, right? Do 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 do. So this should be, instead of 700 to 80, this should be 300 to 80. Let's fireball this in. Where's the game? There it is. Interesting. It's not doing it. Pretty sure that with fixed size. Oh, it's not going to it because it stretches. So I guess the question is, do I want some kind of background image? Like a temporary background image. You know, let's pull up Paint. Let's open up new. Let's make this 300 by 80. Oh shit, I got that completely wrong. Oh, that totally wasn't it. It's actually... Okay, it's like 250 by 350 are my exact measurements here. So 250 by 350. So this would be 350 by 250. That's why I'm like, it looks right, but it's wrong. There we go. That's what we want. Might as well make a summon torch spell. Actually, I want transmutation to be able to reignite burnt out torches and turn them back into real torches. That is going to be something transmutation will do. So you can keep them on the wall, cast transmutation, and just turn them into lit torches again. maybe what it could do is it could turn it into a mana torch. To where it's like a blue flame. That'd be pretty cool. Okay, so instead of GUI spellbook, this is going to be probably transmutation alter at the top. Probably not localized. Yeah, it's not localized yet. Now I can add a static background image. We need to do file, new. This is 250 by 350. Okay. I'm going to be very basic with this. We are going to start with like a black outline. This is where I could draw something cool. Do 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 do. Ba da 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 da. Do 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 do. Right, it's just gonna be a temporary box for now. The game is running, so I have to shut it down. I have to go into textures. This is going to be dialogue textures. We are going to copy and paste. I'm going to rename this transmutation alter BG background. Expand canvas size. Ah, shit. Delete. There we go. Just so, you know, I have something else here. I'll kind of loosely put this in the middle. Save this. Now what I can do is I can come into here. We are going to point towards transmutation alter BG. I need to create bounds with this. We're gonna start at 0. I'll get rid of the decimal points. I don't need them in right now. It's going to be the size resolution's going to be, come on, man, 250 by 350. Build. All right, run the game. I'll have to rename that from spellbook image to maybe just background image. Background image bounds. Background image bounds. Save. Fireball. Ah! Did I spell it right? Dialogues, transmute. Oh, I spelled transmutation wrong. Whoops, hold on. What now? Did I spell it wrong down here in the texture? Transmutation alter BG. All right, let's shut down the game. I'm gonna just copy this name and we're gonna paste it in. Transmute. Yeah, I did misspell it. Of course I did. Of course. Build, start. Let's check on chat. Turn back time. Actually, I do have a time shift spell that you'll totally be able to disable, but it's going to be able to rapidly shoot time forward as if everyone's sleeping. It's going to be part of the world magic. There we go. So this is what we got so far. I just have the random image. Mana torch, color of your highest level element. That'd be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. Fire magic people would get kind of hosed a little bit because, I mean, the torches are already fire colored. But that would be pretty cool. Like, whatever your specialization is, your spells kind of the coloration skews more that way. By the way, when you made your monster mod, were there any complications on that side? As have not seen that many mods that add new creatures. What do you on what side? What are you talking about? Because like the monster mod's been working pretty well. You know, like you got your hollows and whatnot. He's gonna fall asleep because it's daytime, and his sleep state is a dead state, so he hides really well with grass. There we go. So he's still alive. You know, I got like my here. I'll pull out a purple spider just because. I did make the spiders bigger in the last update, but yeah, they work pretty well. You know, they do climb on the sides when they do want to wander. See, he's kind of slowly creeping up. But yeah, they sleep during the day, so eventually they kind of look around. They see that it's daytime, and they'll go to sleep. And they'll just kind of wait there until either they see you and they aggro you. All right, slash game mode 1. There we go, see? Oh, motherfucker. Yeah, they're trying to attack me. Ah! Error. Oh, that's from the received damage. Yeah, I gotta fix that. But it's been working fine. This is not released yet, the bigger version and everything. So just in general, I mean, there are no issues with it. Maybe to make them spawn after the grace timer, same as drifters. But what I mean is that in general, I have not seen that many creature mods for VS. Yeah, I know. It's another thing. Like I'm used to Minecraft, where like my staple mods are like Lycanites mobs. You know, something like the world generation, like, you know, biomes XL or extra large biomes. You know, Tinker's Construct. You know, if there's a magic mod like Thaumcraft or something, that's definitely a staple that's in there. But there hasn't been a lot of people making, like, there have been like creature mods, but not really monster mods. You know what I mean? Although Feverstone Wilds is like the, you know, the definitely a good one. But again, right, it's more fantasy. It's not like monsters. Like I like Lycanites mobs because, you know, they're actual like monsters like Chupacabras and the Wraiths and all that other stuff. Fire magic people's mana torch gives off more light. Yeah, maybe. Or I could just make it like a straight like hues of red instead of like the red and yellow, you know, like fire. All right. Yeah. Yeah, eventually I'm going to be redoing the creatures mod as well. Not really redoing, but combing through the AI again. And giving them more abilities too. Alright, so this is what we have so far. For the background, that's not bad. You know what I'm going to do though? We are going to increase this by 30. There we go. That way we can still see the top. I'm going to add the localization up top because it is kind of a little tweaky to me. It's harder to visualize this kind of stuff. So this is going to be the transmutation altar. There we go. Transmutation altar. Fireball it in. To do a quick reload. Make them sentient. Make what sentient? My creatures? AKA learn from players and adapt. Yeah, let me just do that with a game like Vintage Story. I'll create a whole Chat GPT AI system where they can learn. People complain about my monsters being too tough now. Like, can you imagine the complaints I would have? There we go, transmutation altar. This kind of a scrawny window, isn't it? It's like just enough space, huh? I think I need to make it a little wider. Maybe I should make it like a 300 by a 350. No, you know what? I guess it's okay. It is kind of close up top, but yeah, I think this will do. This will do nicely. Yes. Make sure that the image actually follows. Yep. So that's good. So I could make any kind of animations or make this look any way I want. Fixed. Maybe I'll outsource that. Have someone give me ideas or come up with cool ideas for like a background image. Okay, next thing I probably want to do is I want to start adding this stuff here. So let's hop back into the GUI. I think what I want to add is add insert is what it is. This right here. I need to come up with another bounds here. This will be status or info image. No, it would be info box bounds. Copy this, paste it in here. I will make this probably 200 by 100? 200 by 100, yeah, just to get a box spawning. So that's our box overlay right now. Pretty interesting how... Now, I don't necessarily have to... You know, I could do this. I could make this to where the bounds is like a 1, so it's completely black. Oh, wait, no, that it would have to be a 0. I mean, I could either do this or I could artificially bake it into this GUI image. I guess I'm a weird one in the VS community. I like agony and would adore mobs learning from my interactions. Well, I mean, it would be cool, but I'm not doing that. That's a mod for someone else if they want to do it. I think I have more than enough mods that I've contributed so far. But yeah, I mean, you know, the thing is, like, it's not even like I like agony. I just like challenge. You know, I like to be challenged. So, you know, like people complain about my monsters mod, how tough the monsters are. I'm a clockmaker, and I'm killing my monsters with flint tools. Like you give me 3 or 4 flint spears, and I can kill any one of my creatures pretty easily, unless there's like 4 or 5 of them on me, obviously, right? But I have no armor, flint spears, and I'm a clockmaker, so I do less damage, right? I have less health. I'm not an attack type, and I can kill these things. So I don't know how people are playing, but it's like, you know, it kind of makes me feel a little better. Like, all right, hey, maybe I'm a better player than I thought. All right, I need to bump this over a little bit. You know what we could do to size this up pretty well? Or you know what? I don't even need to do that. I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is copy and paste this. I'm going to open up a new tab over here and paste it in. This is not my stuff. Copy, paste. Okay, there we go. Right, so this is basically the altar, but really, this is basically what the altar is. So I do have a little more room. What I could do is probably take this, all right, and then I can take this, ba 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 ba, kind of paste that in, right? Get a couple things here. So this I'm gonna have to be pretty pixel perfect on. 20. This isn't even close. 16. Jesus Christ. So I should probably bump this back to here. Let's copy this. Paste. So I could do that. So it could be a 16 by 16. So over here. So I need to bump this over 5 pixels. Oh, technically I don't. Whoops. Copy, paste, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 down, I think is what I want to do. Nope, that's 17 by 17. 16 by 16 would be this. Copy, paste, bam, bam. There we go. That should be pretty darn good. So 16 by 16, which means the top would have to be a 16 by 16. So that, copy, paste. Oh, for sure, to be fair, they are not hard to kill. They are different, yet not hard. Only once I got annoyed by the flying orb. Forgot the name. Yeah, the unstable. That spawned on me minute after getting into the world the first time. But do love your work. And yeah, the sentient AI was just an unrealistic brainstorm. As I could imagine, it would just take way too much time to make it somewhat possible. I'm not sure if it's really a matter of time, because if you want to break down things like AI, you just have to keep track of certain counters, right? Like, for instance, you can have like a dodge ability, and you can have it to where each time it gets melee hit, you know, like, you know, by a sword or whatever, you can have it to where it accumulates points on the back end. And with enough points, you know, it would start rolling in a percentage of dodge, you know? So it would randomly start dodging away from you, you know, when you try to inflict damage on it, you know, like melee damage. You know, so things like that, it's just about how creative you can, you know, you can be with the tools that you have. We can carry floats, integers, you know, we can save any kind of data we want. So, you know, you could make like some kind of basic AI. 19 by 16. All right, so this needs to be bumped over quite a bit. So 19, 18, 17, 16. I guess not by quite a bit, just by a couple. There we go. So that would be 16 on that side. Now for the fire. This is going to be a pain in the butt. So this is 18, 29. 22, 2, 3. We'll try this. We'll see if this is close. 23 by 24. That's as close as I can get it. Which means this needs to scooch over. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now that I made this, I can shift all of this down. There we go. Kind of line it up. Boop. There we go. So this would be technically at the bottom, right? And then what's the next thing that I had? So I did have the mana stored, or the mana that's stored. So let's shift this down a little bit more. Let's give it a space of 8. There we go. And then we had our power button. And then all this bullcrap along with it. So, I guess let's just copy the power button. Since this is a 40 by 40, this should be able to go center. Copy. Paste. So if I start off here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, I suppose. You know, I could get creative with this. I could make it to where when it's powered on, maybe this outline is something that's used. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste it in another layer. Move that down. Copy, paste. So like its on state could be like this. Kind of like wrap this around the button. Whoops, that was too dark. Must be this. Yep. So I can have the power button like that. And then I can worry about like the decals or whatever I want to do later. So, you know, this could be the power button. Like, obviously not orange, but I could tuck this in more. This could be, yeah. So I could draw my icon How big do I want the power button? Well, how big is this at a maximum? It's 56 at a maximum. I feel like that's a really big button to like turn this on. I don't know. Could do that. I can grayscale all of this. So let's make it black and white. Damn it. Copy, paste. There we go. I don't know. I would change the background color. Let's change the background color to something else. Temporarily, it could be like a deep blue. And I will keep this outline here, so let's copy this. Copy, paste. There we go. Now we can kind of look at the button as like a gray scaled button. Whoops. I don't know if I like it. I don't know if I like this. Like this being the button. Maybe the button should still be on the inside here, right? Maybe it should be a 40 by 40 button, so I will just make it brown. You know, I can have like whatever the little power thing was that I made. Good enough for now as a rough draft, right? So that would be the power button, and then I can have this as a separate overlay. That way it could be initially off. You know what? Why don't we inject color into this? Let's make it to where the default is off. So let's make it red. Before I do that, let's copy this, create a new layer, paste. There we go. I just want to do the coloration on the side. I could copy and paste this. Let's do a hue and saturation. There we go. Red. Red for off. Technically, I guess I could make this gray. Could make it like a dark gray. Ooh, I could make it pop a little more. Kind of give it a dark outline. Make it look a little more crisp, right? Could go with a potentially darker gray. That way the white pops a little more. Oh, I think my food is here. So I think I'll be taking a little break here. So I'm gonna merge all of this. I didn't want to do that. Hold on. I see an imperfection. There we go. That's better. I'm gonna merge all this down. I think we'll probably call it here. Let's find someone to raid because I am hungry and my food is here and I definitely want to eat. Maybe watch a little Rick and Morty on the side. You know what I mean? Let's see who's playing Vintage Story. Let's watch someone actually play the game instead of just modding for it.
Can you come either watch him or grab stuff from the car?
Yep, I'm rating now. Vintage story. We got 88 people watching this game. Heck yeah. Problem is a chance for you to do something. You know what? We're gonna raid this person. Oh, what about this? No, okay, I think they speak English. Boop. All right, let's do a quick raid-a-rooney / raid Gilligan. I will do exclamation raid so I can copy my message. All right, everyone, thank you so much for watching. We're making progress, right? Like, a lot of this, it's going to be, you know, slow and steady. But I got to nail down the systems. It's got to be fun. This mod has to be, you know, engaging. I want you to be able, you will be learning your spells. You'll be researching. Everyone's going to have probably different spells because, you know, it's going to be all randomized. And then you can sell your spells, right, and your services to other people, like, you know, to be able to grow crops or whatever. But thanks, have a good one, everyone. Thank you, Bernardo. Thank you, everyone, for watching. I will see you all later. I'll probably stream later tonight. All right, bye, everyone.